Bloodborne 2? Bloodborne Remaster? Something. Please. The Sony State of Play is happening today, September 24th at 6 p.m. EST. I will be streaming it with a checklist of rumors, but also I'm taking a look at some articles, and the only article right now that has actual rumors on there from what I've seen is this Forbes article. So everybody else, get your shit together, please. But we're going to be going down this list. I'm going to see and give my feedback on each of these and if I think they're going to be released and what I'm expecting if they are released or at least revealed. So the first thing is Insomniac's Venom. They have 2 games coming out. One in 2026, which is this Wolverine, and supposedly a Venom game as well coming out before that. Now listen, they did Venom very well in Spider-Man 2. I wish there was more of him in Spider-Man 2. But man, if we get a full-on Venom game, woo, I'm going to lose my mind if that gets released. Same with Wolverine, bro. Same with Wolverine. And this is apparently official. It's just, we don't know if it's actually going to be revealed yet or not. Wolverine would be badass. Wolverine with Insomniac and very similar type of combat style as the Spider-Man games, that game would hit. It would hit. Now, Ghost of Tsushima 2? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. It really is. A lot of people shit talk it. A lot of people, especially with everything going on with Assassin's Creed right now, are jumping back into Ghost of Tsushima. It got the PC release. It's one of the most beautiful games ever. It is a little bit repetitive. I'm not going to say it's not, but they also released a free multiplayer, which is one of the best multiplayer modes I have ever played in a single-player game. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So next on here is Naughty Dog's next project. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't want a Last of Us Part 3. I do not want a Last of Us Part 3. If we get a Last of Us Part 3, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to play it. But I was not a huge fan of Last of Us Part 2. Let's put it that way. I was not a fan. And mostly not a fan of the story. The game itself, the presentation was fantastic. Both in the first game and the second game. I do not want a Last of Us 3. At least right now. Give it down the line. But I think we can hold off on that. If Naughty Dog does a sci-fi game... Ooh, if Naughty Dog does a sci-fi game... We need a good sci-fi game, bro. Starfield wasn't it for me. I know a lot of people did enjoy it. Starfield really wasn't it for me. Obviously, that's Xbox. But if Naughty Dog could come in and make a linear, more focused sci-fi experience, sci-fi story experience, very similar to, The Last of Us Part 3 or very similar to, obviously, the Uncharted games. But even if they make it like a horror sci-fi game, something like that, bro, imagine. Now, this next one here... God of War? Kratos? Oh, please. This would change my life. A new God of War announced today? Life-changing experience for me, man. A life-changing experience for me. A life-changing. We need that right now. Oh my God, that would be... I don't think it's going to happen. But God, that would be a banger. Next here, Horizon multiplayer game. We don't care. A lot of people like Horizon. I don't want a multiplayer Horizon. Like, I don't know, man. I think that would be a flop. They've dove way too deep into the Horizon sphere. I don't think those games carry enough weight to have all of this extra shit on top of them. So let's just keep it at Horizon mainline games. I don't think we need a multiplayer. Release another game with multiplayer on top of it. That would be great. We don't need a sole-focused Horizon multiplayer game. We just don't need it. Info on Bungie's Marathon. Now, Bungie's Marathon is interesting. It was recently reported going to be $40, so we'll see about that. I would like to see some gameplay on that game, because no one really knows what it's going to be like. Supposed to be something like an extraction shooter type of vibe. Yeah, I don't know. Bungie's codenamed Gummy Bears game. What? Am I off the loop? What is this? Bungie's doing Marathon and then also a Gummy Bear codename game? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. Maybe it's a game for kids, but if it's codenamed Gummy Bears, we don't need it. We can skip that one. Where's Bloodborne at? Where's Bloodborne at? Listen, real quick. If Bloodborne, which it's not going to, there's no way. There's no way Bloodborne's actually going to get announced here. But if Bloodborne gets announced, either a remaster or Bloodborne 2, I might jump off a bridge for excitement. That might be the best day of my entire life. It actually will be the best day of my whole life. Please, 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 please. It's not going to happen, but I will never give up hope, bro. I will never give up hope, especially with the Bloodborne on PC that all of these modders and shit like that are making right now. Maybe they feel some pressure. Maybe they don't want that to release. Maybe they feel some pressure. Next one here. Preview of Destiny 2 Frontiers content. Mid. I mean, I'm a Destiny fan. I like Destiny 1. I didn't love Destiny 2. A lot of pay to win. A lot of ripping off your consumers. I kind of thought Destiny 2 was done making content for good, or I guess they're just not making a Destiny 3. That's kind of what the reports were. So, Destiny 2, I mean, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Some sort of Helldivers 2 expansion. I mean, they need one. Helldivers 2 popped off. They've had terrible updates that have kind of made a lot of players leave the game. They keep nerfing all the things that are fun. But a Helldivers 2 expansion would be really cool. Would be really cool. You have a whole new enemy set, bunch of new weapons, all new environments. I think a Helldivers 2 expansion would bang. It would revive a lot of the player base in Helldivers. People love Helldivers, even to this day, even with all the updates. People love this game. I think Warhammer took a lot of people away from Helldivers as well, because people do Warhammer heavy. And it kind of does remind me of it a little bit in terms of you're fighting aliens, a lot of the same type of combat, in my opinion, third-person shooter. But Helldivers is just a special experience. Next one here, new Batman Arkham game. Yes, there is a recent rumor that this exists. The recent rumor is that the studio is no longer working on the Suicide Squad game, and instead, Rocksteady is going to be moving over to going back to Batman games. Now, we don't know if this is a for sure real rumor, or this is a real rumor. We don't know if this is a for sure real thing as of right now. But if it is, a new Batman Arkham game would bang. It would absolutely bang. It'd be awesome. Hopefully, I'm a little bit nervous with Rocksteady at this point making another good game, but if this one's not live service and it's a focused single-player experience, I'll put my trust back in them. I really will. The return of an IP like Resistance, Killzone, or SOCOM. Now listen, Resistance, Killzone, they're okay. I like them, but if we get a new SOCOM, if they drop news on a new SOCOM, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Now, they're probably going to ruin it because I feel like all old IPs that are getting rejuiced, except for the GOAT God of War, is getting ruined. But if they drop a new SOCOM game, I'm telling you right now, we are back. If anything's going to beat Call of Duty other than itself, it's going to be that SOCOM. It is going to be that SOCOM. That game was a heater back in the day. On the old PlayStations, I remember staying up all night long with my brother playing on my PSP multiplayer SOCOM. Until school the next morning, I'd go to school with 0 hours of sleep, come home, I play SOCOM. Game is a banger. Absolute banger. Last here is Concord 2. Now, Concord 2. Great fan, big fan of the first Concord. No, Concord, there's zero chance. Obviously, this says jokes, but if Concord 2 got announced, might as well just sell Sony off. Might as well actually sell it off. So, just like Firewalk Studios is probably getting sold off. But that's pretty much everything that's on here. Now, all I want to say right now, what am I actually expecting from this list? I want something from Insomniac. I'm expecting something there. Ghost of Tsushima, we need something there. Please. I don't think it's going to happen, but I want it to happen, and I'm praying for it to happen. What I don't see on here is a Resident Evil remaster or something like that. I'm expecting to see something as well with Resident Evil. Now, Naughty Dog's next project, that's 50-50 for me. I do not think they're going to be doing a new game. I do think they're going to be doing a part 3 of The Last of Us. But if they do one of these, if they reveal one of these, I think it's going to be The Last of Us. I don't understand why they wouldn't finish that and then go back to the sci-fi game afterwards. Who knows when either of those are going to release. God of War's next setting, it's not going to happen. I really want it to happen, but it's not going to happen. It's just not. And I'm praying that it happens. I would do anything for God of War to actually pop off and have a new setting revealed today. I don't think it's going to happen. Horizon multiplayer game, probably going to happen. I'm not even going to lie. That's probably going to happen. I've been hearing about this for a while. Bungie's Marathon info there, probably going to happen. I don't know what this is. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Preview of Destiny 2, probably going to happen. Helldivers 2, 50-50 on that. I would not be surprised if it does happen because they do need some juicing. And Sony, this was a huge win for Sony. They need a Helldivers 2 expansion. They need something. If it's not an expansion, at least a big update. Because I don't know if they're actually going to be dropping a full-on paid expansion, but we'll have to see there. New Batman Arkham game, I don't think so. This is not going to be shown today. Absolutely not. And then return of these IPs, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. Concord 2, definitely going to happen. 100%. Bloodborne, remaster. Bloodborne 2, something from Bloodborne. Is today the day, God? God, is today the day it finally happens?